Alright everybody, hope you're doing well. Today I have a cool video about Saiga conversions. So on the table I have a bunch of Russian guns. Disregard the Vepr, I just thought it would be cool to have the Vepr out on the table because it's also Suki Blat. So here are two stock standard, brand new basically Saiga Sporters that were both 2008 productions. This one's 5.56, this one's 7.62 by 39. In order to convert these into the Century series, which is an AK-100, in this case it's 101 and this is 103s, you need to do quite a bit to them. So this is a back-end converted one that was just done sort of with the to accept a pistol grip and a normal buttstock. So, but the front end is not changed. So on all three of these are dimple pressed barrel components. And the dimples, you can tell here, was a method that they used for a while to secure their barrel populations instead of pinning. It's just as effective, fairly strong. It's just certain types of guns were pinned, like this one here, and certain ones were dimpled. Typically the Saigas were dimpled if they weren't pinned on their barrel populations, which could present a series of problems for if you're trying to convert these, but it's not an undoable challenge. It's just something that you have to look out for. And once you do convert, typically these parts are unusable because you need to kind of get rid of these dimples. You got to get them out and then press them off, and it just sort of ruins the parts. So what I have here are a bunch of Ismash parts, front sight, gas blocks, the handguard retainers. This is all from Russia. These are from Russia. Trigger guard, basically a brand new 100 series trigger guard. Pistol grip support plate, which would go in here, and it's like a permanent fixture to the receiver. 5.5 millimeter folding trunnion. This is a Ismash part, and this is a buttstock. Again, Ismash. But that interfaces with the stock there. So, I can't decide whether or not I want to convert the rest of this gun to the AK-103 or do an AK-101 and take this one out of this configuration here, put a folding stock on it. I don't know. I really like these Sporter models. I will be converting them partially. I will be doing the bullet guides in them, and on this one, standard 7.62 by 39 magazines have a much fatter tab in the back here. One of the sort of restrictions on mags that they added was to limit the amount of space for the magazine latch. So they can only accommodate these Sporter mags. Typically the tab on military mags are much fatter from in this area here. So all you got to do to convert this to take standard mags is just open this little tab up here. Just take a file and remove material on the top here where this moves, and it'll accept your AK mags. So you can see this tab. Let me see. It's much fatter. You can definitely tell the difference. So once you open them up, it'll take these. These do fit in this. So that has been converted to take standard mags, and the bullet guide has been installed. It's been tack welded in. I have the bullet guides. So the 7.62 by 39 is a round bullet guide, and the 5.56 one is a flat bellied bullet guide. So I got both. I'm not going to be screwing and tapping them in, drilling and tapping. I'm going to be having these TIG welded in. So you just run a bead right through the middle of that hole, and it holds it in place. Now with the 5.56 ones, I found that there are certain mags that fit in this fairly well, but you have to kind of adjust that bullet guide before you weld it in for, a wide variety of mags. The tab on the back of this AK mag is not thin as it is on this Saiga mag for the 7.62, and that's because at the time of the production of these, there were very few internationally shipped out AK-101 mags. So the 30 round 5.56 ones, very few of them made it here, and there really wasn't much of an issue as far as like import regulations affecting these mags. What you ended up finding was guys who were converting the mag fitment were using barrel mags and different forms of like Tapco mags and things like that, and they never really had to adjust the fitment in the tab. So I'm finding that the barrel mags do fit in this, the AC Unity mags fit in this, and the Z Mag Gen 3s, the Zastava ones, fit in these. So but anyways, I am probably going to convert this one all the way into an AK-103. This one is gently used. You can see just that little stripe there. Let me take the mag out here. This one here, you can see no wear, brand new. And obviously this one is the same thing, no wear. So in the bolt. So these are brand new ones. I kind of want to just do the bullet guides for these and leave them kind of how they are, just so that they can still accept normal human mags. I may do the front end on one of them, and maybe one day do an AK-101 conversion, because I have a whole lot of, let me see here, yeah, I got that front sight and then two more legit .24mm trunnion. This one's a Bulgarian, but it'll still work. I didn't mean to say trunnion. 24mm front sight blocks. There's another Russian in here, and then there's a Bulgarian. So I may just do all three of the front ends, and maybe I'll add like Zenit long handguard and never even touch the gas blocks on them. Because for some reason, getting these gas blocks is the hardest part about converting Saigas, and especially ones that are unused. So this one is a brand new part from Russia. I don't know why it's hard to get them, but at the time when I was kind of collecting these parts over the course of, however long it was, I ended up really having a hard time getting these gas blocks. And it's strange because there's loads of guys who will convert their SLR 107s into like AK-104 type guns, and they'll just give these gas blocks away off their Bulgarian rifles, and they work on the AK-100 rifles. So you'd think there would be just a surplus of them. It's not really. There's a few for sale here and there, but it's not like, it is what it is. And with kind of the way that Saigas are right now, they're not being imported right now. There's not really a need to acquire those, so because they fit this specific barrel. It's just a thing that isn't really all that needed or common. If typically people are taking these off and doing a front sight gas block combo for whatever reason and shortening the barrels. So that's kind of what the situation is. This is like an actual Russian one. So handguard is a Russian one. I need to install this heat shield, but it's just a regular AK handguard. This is a 100 series gas tube, and I don't have the I have the little donuts that go on here, but they're just not on this. They're in one of these little parts baggies. You can see it in there. Slings. These are the modern Russian slings, canvas deals. Again, a unused, this is probably what I'll use for this, 100 series mag latch trigger guard assembly here. This is the stamping for that. And because what they did originally was just kind of hook one on when they would do these conversions. There's all kinds of different Russian Saiga conversions. This one was done fairly well. I'm fairly happy with how it is, but I definitely want to take it all away and get it converted. But on the other hand, I kind of like how this is, so I may just do this one as the 103. But I don't know if you would. Maybe you guys can tell me what to do here. Do you want fully converted 101 and 556, a 103 fully converted with no import marks there, or do you want this one that's partial conversion to be done up all the way? I can't decide because I have a couple guns worth of like parts, but it's hard to come by Russian parts anymore. So, and Russian mags are like they're just like not attainable right now with everything that's going on. Even my friends who like get mags, the modern ones are really not. They're not really easy to find. So. But yeah, that's just kind of a little rundown on what you got to do. Yeah, I already showed you the bullet guides. Okay, so yeah, I am for sure going to do the bullet guides in these guns. And then I'll change the mag fitment so they can take 30 round standard mags. And I may be doing this one all the way up as a 103. It's the most used out of them, but that's not saying much. It maybe has 200 rounds through it, so it's nothing. These are unfired. So that's these Russian guns. I will talk to you guys later. And yeah, if you have a chance to buy a Vapor 12, get one, because they're the greatest shotgun made by man. Bye.